Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video, and today we are going to review the latest video that just came out from the Dogecoin Millionaire. And I'm just gonna go ahead and watch his video, and I'm going to kind of give a reaction to everything he says and kind of explain where he went wrong, the mistakes he made, and hopefully this can serve as a lesson to all of you guys on why you should not put all your money into meme coins. So let's just go ahead and get right into it.
As far as my mental state, crypto is down. Like it's probably at the lowest for a lot of coins than it's been for a year. So you got to understand my portfolio is all the way down, and I'm human. You know what I mean? It's hard for you to see your portfolio go from $3 million to $500,000. You know what I mean? Not
Okay, here's mistake number one. One of the ultimate rules of investing is you never ever have more money in there than you can afford to lose. That's the number one rule of investing. You only put money away aside that you can hold for the next 3 to 5 to 10 to 20 years. So that's the number one mistake he made. I saw his story. He like YOLO'd all of his money. He put his entire life savings. He started borrowing money from friends. He started taking out loans, and he just YOLO'd and put everything that he could, not in the index fund, not in something more safe, but into a meme coin. And he broke one of those rules right there, and now he's suffering for it. And it's really sad to see, but he broke one of the ultimate rules of investing. And it's sad that nobody told him this. I mean, you know, $3 million. Like, I don't know what his net worth is. I'm sure that's probably his entire net worth based on what I've seen. But if you got a $20 million net worth, then okay, you can put 3 million, not in the Dogecoin or anything like that, but you can invest 3 million and still live comfortably. But for you to put all of your money into investing, which everyone knows that investing does have some type of risk, it was just a very bad decision. And so, a lot of this was brought upon himself for the bad mistake that he made. Let's keep going.
just Dogecoin, all the other investments that I made. So you know what I mean? If you try to put yourself in my shoes, I'm pretty sure that would affect you mentally as well. And as much as, I'm a diamond handed through, as much as I'm a still hodl no matter what, you can't help but let that affect you a little bit.
Okay, another mistake he's making. He said, as much as everything is happening, as bad as crypto is, I'm going to diamond hand and hodl through. Now, that's okay if you're in the stock market. If you've got a good index fund, if you're holding Apple, Facebook, Google, something good, Microsoft, then okay, that's a good strategy. That's smart. You should hodl because it will most likely go up in the future. However, with Dogecoin, I'm not so sure. As a matter of fact, I'm almost certain that it probably will not go up. It'll probably continue to go down. And so that's just a bad move by him to say, well, I know this is tough right now, but I'm going to continue to hodl. He's essentially comparing a crappy dookie meme coin that doesn't do anything to a real, actual, incredible asset like Bitcoin or Ethereum. And that's the problem here. The fact that he's hodling is a bad move because it's probably going to continue to go down because it's a crap coin. It sucks. It doesn't do anything. He's better off taking his money out of Dogecoin and putting it into Bitcoin or something with some actual real utility. That would be the wise move. So that's the mistake he's making here. He's still hodling a meme coin that literally does nothing. If it does nothing, it has no value. You don't have value just because a bunch of people decide, oh, we want to put money in here. You may have value in the short term, like we saw with AMC, but in the long term, people, the asset is going to show itself, like we saw with AMC. It had all these people in the coin and everything like that, and then the coin started going down because over time, people realized that this is a dying movie theater company. And then after that, all the little cold apes moved their money out too, and AMC just kept taking and taking and taking. And you're seeing the exact same thing with Dogecoin. I'm not so sure Dogecoin is going to continue to go up. I'm really not.
So it's just one of those things where you kind of take a deep breath, you hold on strong, and you keep going, and you try, to deal with it the best you can because that it's going to be better on the other side. That crypto's going to go back up. Bitcoin's going to go back up. Dogecoin's going to go back up. But in the temporary, it's kind of hard to kind of deal with that, Like going into the new year, 2022, I've learned so much just being in the crypto space for about a year now. Never knew anything about crypto before.
Okay. I don't think he's learned much. I think he's really going to learn once he goes fully broke and he loses all of his money, because the fact that your crappy meme coin is down so bad. You went from $3 million to $500,000 and you still haven't pulled your money out and realized that you're clearly doing something wrong. That tells me that I think that should tell you everything you need to know. He hasn't learned anything. Number one of the main principles that he clearly hasn't learned is diversification. Yes, diversification. You can't put all your money in a crappy meme coin, and you definitely can't spread it out between 3 different cryptos. I don't do that. Let me tell you how I invest. About 80% of my money is in stocks, mostly in Tesla and Apple, which are my largest holdings. And then I've got index funds, I've got Microsoft, things like that. And then you start to move over to the lower tier of my portfolio and you start to see things like DraftKings and Arrival and some of the more speculative stuff that I do believe in. And then you got 20% of my portfolio, which is in crypto. It's spread out between Ethereum, Cardano, Matic, just all these different great projects that are doing very well. And I actually do have a meme coin in my portfolio. It's called Dogecoin Mars, but I only have about $100 in there. So if I lose that money, I do not care. That's the problem he's making. He has not diversified his portfolio, and now he's emotional because he's sitting here like, oh my God, what if this happens? What if that happens? You can tell by looking at his face that he's just hopeful that it will go up. He's not really so sure the way that I'm sure that Tesla will continue to go up and Microsoft will continue to go up and Cardano and Matic will probably continue to go up in the long term too, because those are cryptos with actual utility, just like those stocks I mentioned are stocks with actual real utility. So let's go ahead and keep going.
The very first coin that I ever bought was Dogecoin, and I struck gold with it. You know what I mean? And what ended up happening was,
okay, let's talk about that real quick. So the first crypto he ever bought out of all the great cryptos was Dogecoin, and that's not bad. That's okay, because guess what? I actually bought Dogecoin. I bought Dogecoin on January 31st of 2021, and I put about $2,500 in there. And I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew that it was a meme coin, but I just thought that I saw a lot of stuff on Twitter, and I thought that there was a possibility that this coin could go up just based on what I was seeing on social media with everybody just supporting it so hard. Like it had really turned into a cult. But I was also smart enough to know that I'm not putting my entire life savings into it. That's why I only put $2,500 in there. I would have been comfortable with probably not losing all of it, but I would have been okay with losing half of it. I would have been fine with just cutting my losses had I lost like half of it and just putting that money somewhere else. I would have been fine with that. But with my $2,500 investment into Dogecoin, I traded it. I held it for maybe a month or two and it went up and then I sold it. I wasn't going to hold that forever or hodl that or anything like that. So I was in Dogecoin too, but I just followed the rules of investing. I recognize that this is a community token. It's a meme movement. It's not a real asset with actual utility. It's just a meme. That's all it is. So that's what I did. I did what a smart investor would do, in my opinion. I took advantage of the hype and I made money off of it. And that's how you play this game. Let's keep going.
there was all this spotlight on me. So as like my social media got bigger, as my YouTube channel got bigger, I'm learning as I'm going, right? So all of the mistakes that most people make behind the scenes, I was making in front of the cameras. I was making on other YouTube channels. I was making as I'm talking to people, you know what I mean? And so many things you're learning along the way that you're trying to move the best way you can, do things the best way you can. And I know who I am. You know what I mean? I know I'm a good person. I know that
Okay, this explains a lot. So he's probably responding to the fact that he's been getting a ton of hate, because remember, the title of this video is Why I Left YouTube. So the problem is in 2021 and 2020, you had a big bull market and you had all these random gurus who don't know anything about investing come on, start making YouTube channels, started to gain a big following. And he's literally admitting right now, I just kind of went with the flow. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just learning as I go. And that's the problem. If you're just learning as you go, you have no business making a YouTube channel and trying to give financial advice. Even though it's quote unquote not financial advice, you're still giving advice on what you think is a smart idea and what you're investing in and why. But you just admitted in this video that you don't know anything. So what would have made more sense is had he made a YouTube channel and he documented his journey on why he did what he did and how he got to where he got to. That would have been the better play, because if you don't know anything about investing or crypto or anything like that, you don't understand what DeFi is, you don't understand smart contracts, you don't understand why cryptos have utility, what decentralized finance is. You have no business making a YouTube channel telling people about your investments and why. So that's where he messed up too. That's another mistake he made, and I'm sorry, but he brought that upon himself, you know. It would have been honestly, if I was in this position and I knew nothing about investing, I would never make a YouTube channel trying to give investing advice and I don't know anything about investing. What I would do is I would just say, okay, well, now that I'm being covered by CNBC and all these big media platforms, I'm going to make a YouTube channel and I'm going to tell you guys why I did what I did, why I love Dogecoin, and why we're going to continue to be Dogecoin strong. But I think where he went wrong was he started posting other coins like Floki and all these other weird, fluky crypto meme coins, these dog meme coins. And he actually did started to kind of give financial advice. He started to say, I'm buying this is why. But now here in this video, he's admitting that he knows nothing about investing and he just kind of went with the flow and he was learning as he goes. That's the problem with so many of these YouTubers. And that's why they're getting called out, because when you have a big following like he does, he has 100,000 subscribers, you're losing a lot of people a lot of money. You're getting on here and a bunch of newbie investors follow you who are probably broke and trying to just, it's like hope. You know, they're just trying to find some type of hope in getting out of their bad financial situation. So they're blindly following you. And here it comes out that you don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Like, that's a huge problem. I have a real problem with that. So let's keep going.
Want to help people. I know that the whole point of my channel was to talk about Dogecoin. It was to show you guys the catalyst, show you guys what I think about the future. Not just Dogecoin, but, you know, eventually other cryptos, which is what ended up happening, right? I got into Cardano, started talking about Cardano. I got into Crow, I talked about Crow.
Here's the overall message. Learn from this guy's mistakes, okay? He got lucky. It's just the God honest truth. He got lucky. He found a meme coin and he YOLO'd all his money in there and started borrowing money and getting loans and all that. And it ended up working out in his favor. And he got lucky. But let's think of the opposite, you guys, because think of all the scam coins out there and meme coins that got rug pulled, a lot of investors or just didn't do well. He got very, very lucky. Imagine if he borrowed all that money and put his life savings and, you know, put like $500,000 into another meme coin that wasn't Dogecoin, and instead of going up 10,000%, it goes down 1,000%. You know, he'd be ruined. He would be financially ruined. And that's the moral of the story right here. You do not want to follow this guy. You do not want to be like this guy. I don't think this guy should serve as an inspiration because, as you can see, look how the story ended. You know, he was being pumped up by the news media, which they share some of the blame too. You know, the news media was like, oh, God, the Dogecoin millionaire, this guy did it, blah, blah, blah. And then the guy, Andre Jick, had him on his channel too. And I think Graham Steffens did. And it's like, oh, my gosh, why are you pumping this guy? Like, you guys are crazy. And look how it ended. He went from being a millionaire and now he's not a millionaire. And now he hasn't even learned from his mistakes. He's still holding Dogecoin. He just will not sell because he's hoping that he'll get his money back, which he won't. So what's going to happen is he's going to end up losing all of his money. He's probably going to be depressed. He's going to go through a lot. And I wish him the best. I don't wish anything bad on him, but I do think that going broke would be the best thing for him. That would be the ultimate learning lesson for him going forward. And yeah, I hope you guys learn from this guy. You know, learn the real fundamentals of investing, and please understand one of the most important rules of investing, and that is managing your risk. You must manage your risk to do well in this game, or you'll end up like him. And he does not look like a happy guy. So that'll go ahead and conclude today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.